Now we want to graph some lines. So again, we'll do a quick review first. We know that we can graph lines. The easiest way to graph lines is when it's in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. And it's called slope-intercept form because we'll know the slope and we'll know the y-intercept. So the form is y equals m, which remember m stands for slope, times x plus b. And so this is our slope, which is rise over run. And this is our y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. So when we graph a line, we actually start with the y-intercept. And so we're going to take our y-intercept, which is -3, and we're going to put a point on -3 on the y-axis, not the x-axis, the y-axis. And then from there, we're going to use the slope to find other points. Now we know slope is rise over run. And so we can start at this point. We can use our slope here, which is -2 over 1. So rise over run. So -2 means we go down 2, and then +1 is right 1. Now we can't continue going down because we'll go off our graph, so we could actually think of this as 2 over -1. The negative can go in either spot. It does not go in both, because a negative divided by a negative is positive. So we could go a rise of 2 and then left 1 because it's negative. And we could keep doing that up to left 1. And then we can graph our line through those points. And there's the graph of our line. This next one's very much like it. Again, we're going to start with the y-intercept. Our y-intercept is -5 this time. The slope is the same as the last one, which I prefer not to be, but it is. So it's -2 over 1, or 2 over -1. So if we went down 2 and right 1, we would be about right here, which is off our graph. So let's go up 2. So we're looking at this one, up 2 and then left 1. Because our vertical is on top, so we go up 2 and then left 1. And then we can graph our line through there. So the graph won't always have a slope of -2. It could be other things, but for these two, it was -2. So there's the graph of our lines. Looking at these next two examples, they are not in slope-intercept form. So what we're going to do is we solve for y so they will be in slope-intercept form. So let's take this 2x minus 3y equals 6, and we want to get it to look like this form here, which means we want to solve for y. To do that, we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. So we have -3y equals -2x plus 6. And then we're going to divide both sides by -3. Remember, dividing both sides by -3 is like dividing each term by -3. And so we end up with y equals, this is a negative divided by a negative, so we get +2/3. We can just leave our x outside of the fraction here. And then plus 6 divided by -3, that's a positive divided by a negative, which is negative, so we'll put -2. And so now it is in slope-intercept form, and it will be nice and easy to graph. Remember, we start with our y-intercept, which is -2. So we put a point on -2 on the y-axis. From there, we use our slope of 2 over 3. The 2 is our rise. It's positive, so we go up 2 and then right 3. We can do that again. We can go up 2 and right 3. We could also think of this 2/3 as -2 over negative 3. So we could go down 2 because of our negative 2, down 2, and left 3. And then we have another point there. We could even keep going and we get all the way to the corner. And here's the graph of that line. Same thing for the next one. It's not in slope-intercept form, but we can put it in slope-intercept form. We want to get y. We want to solve for y, so we'll subtract 4x from both sides. We have 5y over here and negative 4x over here, because 0 minus 4x is just negative 4x. And then we're going to divide by 5. Notice there's not another term over here, and that's fine, no big deal. It ended up because there was a 0 there, that's why there's not another term there. So we get y equals negative 4/5 x. And there's nothing here. You don't have to put this, but you can put a plus 0 here just to remind you that the y-intercept is 0. Our slope can be written as negative 4 over 5 or 4 over negative 5, either one. So our y-intercept is 0, so we start right at 0 on the y-axis, which is the origin. And then we can go, using the first one, we can go down 4 and right 5. Or we can use the second one and we could go up 4 and left 5. And then we could draw our line through those points. And that's graphing lines. The first two were already in slope-intercept form. The second two, we were able to use algebra, solve for y to put it in slope-intercept form.